yesterday I had mentioned how in Sanskrit, if you have a verb, that is enough to make a sentence, a super, super, super simple sentence. Like, chalami means I move. That's a sentence, right? But that's a little too simple. When you introduce nouns, you're able to make a lot more sentences, still considered simple, but not just I eat a banana, not as simple as subject, object, verb. You can also add with, by, for, from, etc., because all of that comes under nouns. These are our simple sentences. Then, once you add a couple more things, you're able to make a lot more fancy sentences. So we had our nouns, we had our verbs. These are two walls of the 2D house. Now we make it 3D. Well, pronouns become one wall, which we started to see. Aham, avam, vayam, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, etc. These become the wall, the third wall. And finally, something we don't have in English called indeclinables. Indeclinables are words that do not become declined. They're not verbs, they're not nouns, they're adverbs, means adverbs will fall under indeclinables. And they're also, what's the word? They're also words like and, or, above, under, in the daytime, just different types of words. When, then, like that. All these words you'll find are indeclinables. And it means, indeclinable means you don't decline them. You take them as they are and you copy paste them into the sentences. Oh, daytime is a noun. So yeah, there will be all kinds of all kinds of words. The way to know it really is to just become familiar with them, right? So you read these a few times and they start to sound familiar. Yesterday, only someone was saying she recognized them in from the breakdown of Bhagavad Gita, right? So you'll quickly start to recognize them. And even if you don't, once I teach you to use the dictionary, then the dictionary will tell you it's indeclinable. So they're very simple, very easy, and very stress-free. So you just copy paste and use them freely. Now, let us take up some of our homework. I did want to mention something that I think some people are still struggling with. When we're talking about nouns, nouns have three characteristics. In a sentence, when you meet a noun, you have to write these three things. You have to write C, and inside C, you have to write a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That number is going to come from the declension table. Whether it is subject or object or with, by, or for, from, etc. Then it's going to have a number. Number does not mean 1 to 8. When we say number, we mean quantity. Singular, dual, or plural. Number is singular, dual, or plural. And then finally, gender. Gender is masculine, feminine, or neuter. So every word that is a noun in your sentence must have these three things. Must. If it doesn't have these three things, then it is wrong in my eyes. Okay? It has to have these three things. The only case where gender will not be is if the word is connected to I or you, because those two don't have a gender. Then verbs. Verbs have a person, meaning first person or second person or third person. Verbs are doing words that will refer to it being done by I or you or he, she, it that day, like that. Who is doing the verb? If it is an I or we, it is a first person verb. If it is a you, it is a second person verb. If it is a he, she, or it is a third person verb. So this is the qualification we have to add for verbs, and we also have to add number. Number is singular, dual, plural. I'm going to add one more thing that verbs will start to get now. Verbs will now start to get a mathematical equation. Does everybody know that sign? That means root. So as we go along now, you can start to add the root of the verb that you're saying. For example, if the word is kadanti, then the root will be kad. Not kada, kad. The simplest building block in the language, which is our verb roots, you'll start to add. Okay, so this is a quick recap on every single time you meet a noun or you meet a verb. These are the things you need to add to them. The other thing is when you meet an indeclinable noun. Oh, sorry, this applies to pronouns also. And then I'll put the gender in brackets. Now, let's go and do our sentences. When you go to sentences now, I mentioned if you see an indeclinable word, you have to write IND on top of it. The practice of writing down all these things helps the mind, one, to remember them, and two, to translate them easily. So it is mandatory in this class to write them. Okay, now let us do the sentence. Vrikshasya mulani kevalam urdhvam gachanti. Shakhaha tu urdhvam adhaha cha gachanti. This one is not clear. There. What is our verb? Actually, there are two verbs. So let us deal with the first one first. Again, I'm going through this slowly so everyone becomes clear about the process of going through them. So, what is our verb in the first phrase? Gachanti. What person is gachanti? You just need to look at your conjugation table and you will know. Gachanti is third person. And what number is it? It is plural. So in your conjugation table, you see gachanti is third person plural. That means you are looking for a subject that is a third person, a he, she, or it, and a subject that is plural. So now let us see. You read the sentence and you'll see mulani is the only word that fits that description. So mulani will be first case because it is the subject. As a noun, you're not talking about person, you're talking about case. So it is first case, not third case, because it is third person. Don't mix up these two. First case, plural. And what is the gender? Well, the gender should have been evident. If you see Ani, it doesn't mean Cindy, it means neuter. Right? Neuter. Mulani is neuter. Okay, then, so you have Mulani gachanti. The roots go. So now let us read backwards. You'll have urdhvam. Oh, urdhvam is an indeclinable word. It means above. You have kevalam. That is another indeclinable word. That means only. So above only or only above. Some version of that will be there in the sentence. Okay. And then the last word here is vrikshasya. I hope everybody knows asya now. When you see asya, you should know, oh, asya is sixth case. Masculine, singular. Okay. Vrikshasya is of the tree. So the roots of the tree or the tree's roots go only above. What? Hindi Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 15. Okay. Then you go to, so then this is how I translated it. The roots of the tree only go above. The roots of the tree only go above. You can say they go above only, some version of that, but it shouldn't be above the roots go. The roots is connected to the tree. That word comes before it, right? The roots of the tree should go together. Okay, and then the rest you fill as makes sense to you. Then, next half. Shakhaha tu urdhvam adhaha cha gachanti. Now, what is our verb? Again, the verb should be super simple. It's literally the exact same. Third person plural. They go. So we're looking for a plural subject. You will see here shakhaha. First person plural. I did not write the gender because when you see aha, it is evident that that is a masculine word. If it was feminine, it would be, if it was neuter, it would be ani. Okay, then tu urdhvam adhaha cha gachanti. So now you'll see, you would have seen in your homework, all of them are indeclinable. The branches go, and then you read all the other words. Tu, but, urdhvam, above, adaha, below, and. So you have all those words written in front of you, and then you jumble them up. You know when you have those games where you have to figure out what the word means? Well, that's kind of what we do every time in Sanskrit. So we jumble them up, and you get but, the branches go above and below. So any version that was giving that same meaning is good. The roots of the tree only go above, but the branches go above and below. When you divide the sentences into little pieces, it is way less overwhelming than if you try and do the whole thing together. So each clause with a verb, you try to resolve that, and then you go to the next. Okay, next sentence. Diva parnani api shakhebhyaha patanti. So now, what is our verb? Our verb is anti. Again, anti is coming. Patanti. Third person plural. What is our subject? Again, we're looking for a plural subject. Plural subject is parnani. Subject is first case, not third case, not third person. First case. First case, neuter, ani is neuter, and plural. First case, plural, neuter. Okay? The leaves fall. So now we read the rest. Read backwards. Shakhepyaha. That can be to the branches, or it can be from the branches. So they fall to the branches does not make so much sense as from the branches. So let us try fifth case plural, and it is masculine. You should have seen from above, the previous sentence said it was masculine. Now, if you don't know what the meaning is, you just put a slash and you write it could be 4 or 5. So in your translation, you have 2 or 4 and you have from, and then when you get to the next stage, you figure out which one it is. Okay, and then you'll realize it is 5. Okay, then api is indeclinable and diva is indeclinable. So having gotten each piece of the sentence and translated each piece, then you translate the whole thing. Leaves also fall from the branches in the data. If it was a little jumbled up, that is okay, as long as the main meaning comes through. Leaves also fall from the branches in the data. Next. Videos on, please. Tau annam kevalam dehaya khadataha na rasanaya. So now what is our verb? You look at the end of the sentence and aya does not look like a verb. So you say, oh, well, the verb is somewhere else. So you go a little back and try to find it. And then you realize, oh, here's our verb. Khadataha. Khadataha in our table is third person dual. Khadataha. So we are looking for a dual subject. Dual subject. So if you look in the sentence now at the beginning, you will see though first case, not third case, first case, dual and masculine. They too eat. They too are eating. What are they eating? Well, you go backward. Dehaya. Deha is body. They're not eating the body. We're not talking about carnivores here. You read it properly. Dehaya is fourth case masculine singular. For the body or to the body. So you'll see what makes sense when you translate. They too eat for the body. And then you keep going. Oh, there's only one more word. Kevalam. Only. They too eat only for the body. Huh? What does that make sense? Well, then you read the next part. Na rasanaya. Na is indeclinable. And na, everybody should know what na means. It means the same thing in every language. Na. You just imagine your mother or father saying it and you'll know exactly what it means. Right? Okay. Rasanaya. Rasanaya again is fourth case. And I told neuter and singular. Not for taste. So now you translate it. The two of them eat food only for the body, not for taste. Means their choice of food is not for their tongue. Or whatever you want to understand. Okay, so these are our three sentences. I'm going through them slowly every time so that everybody can follow along and make sure the biggest part of doing the sentences is the process. Where is the verb? Where is the subject? Where is the object? What else is there? Move backwards, put the indeclinables, write the correct code on top of each one. If you don't do that, you cannot understand what the sentences mean. It becomes very difficult. Okay, please make sure you do that every single time. Okay, cool. Now, I have a bonus question for everybody. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to tell me what is wrong with this sentence. Don't type it in the chat when you get the answer. Raise your hand or give me a thumbs up when you get the answer. You have to ask yourself not more than 2 questions to get the correct answer of what is wrong with this sentence. Something is seriously wrong with this sentence. Okay, 1% got it. What? We'll give everybody, you can put your hand down. I just want to know when you're done, right? What is wrong with this sentence? What is wrong with it? It's all in Sanskrit. Where's the transliteration? Okay, for those who are struggling to read still, I'll write it in English also. Anybody else figured it out? You have to do the process. You have to do the process, and then you will figure it out. One more minute. Only one person got the answer so far? Okay, one more. Two more. I don't know if Arjun, you're raising your hand because you got it, or you're raising your hand to think. To think only. Okay, everybody look. Those who got it, congratulations. Very good. C, ask the question. What is our verb? Everybody should recognize. What is the verb? Gachanti. Gachanti is our verb. Third person, plural. So now what are we looking for? We are looking for a subject that is a third person, means he, she, or it. And we are looking for a plural. Plural third person subject. So now you read the sentence. The only subject in this sentence is Suryaha. First case, and Suryaha is what? Singular, dual, or plural? Singular, masculine. So here now you have a plural verb with a singular subject. That is wrong. If you have a plural verb, it has to have a plural subject. Or if you have a singular subject, it has to have a singular verb. So here the meaning is Suryaha is sun. Gachanti is goes. Go. They go. The one sun, they go. What does that mean? So then how do you fix this? Either you're going to have to change Suryaha to Suryaha. You're going to have to make it plural. So the suns go. Or you're going to have to take Gachanti and make it singular. Those are your two options. But this sentence cannot work because you cannot have a plural verb with a singular subject. Clear? Cool. I wanted to do, there were multiple things I wanted to do, but now time is finished. So let's do one of those things. See this verse? I've put it in both forms. Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam. I think some of you might know it. I want you all to find for me the verb in this shlok. Shlok. The verb. Give me a thumbs up when you've got it. Oh, good. Half the people got it. Oh, 30 more seconds. Come on, this is super easy. Okay, say it for me. I cannot hear you, but I can see you. What is the verb? Look, if you read through, you'll see. Namami. Ami. Ami is a verb, no? Namami. So then, can you find the subject? What is the subject of the sentence? What is the subject of namami? The subject is aham. That's not written here, it's implied. Huh? Aham namah. I do namaha to Ganeshi. And the rest of the words all describe Ganeshi, and they're all in That means what? Means what? Means object. I do namaha, namaskara, salutations for or to means the object of my namaha is Ganeshi. Cool, isn't it? Huh? When you start to try to find them, you'll see. Okay, now let's see this one. I want you all to find for me here a third case word. Third case word. That we have done in this class, not from other knowledge. Thumbs up when you found it. Oh, lots of people. Good. Okay, 5 more seconds. Devehi. If you were looking for Ana, singular is not the only option. Devehi. Huh? Ramena. Ramabhyam. Ramehi. Devena. Devabhyam. Devehi. By the devas. She is worshipped. Saraswati Ma. This is for Saraswati Ma. Okay? Like that, when you start to read different shlokas and mantras that you know, see if you can identify. Okay? I had a few more, but time finished. So homework, let me tell you all homework. I am going to send 3 sentences. They are supposed to help you to prepare for tomorrow's test. If you do them, the test will be easy. Then, no declension, no conjugation today. Today, your homework is to try to memorize the ami, avaha, amaha, okay, so that it becomes easy. And means the conjugation table endings you try to memorize. And you say your masculine and neuter declensions over and over and over until you learn and familiarize with those also. Okay? So I'm not asking you to memorize those, I'm asking you to memorize the verbs. And the others, if your memory is good, please memorize them. If you think your memory is bad, then at least familiarize with them. Okay, so that's homework for today. And tomorrow at 6 a.m., we will start our test. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Okay, I'll take any questions now.